Okay, then Rocky Romero versus Jay White, the light switch. And I'm sorry, but what the again, Rocky Romero is actually a very good wrestler, but he's never been featured here. He shows up every once in a while. And so we're pretty sure that Jay White's probably going to beat this guy. And guess what? Jay White not only beat him, but gave him a reverse crossroads and pinned him with one finger on his chest. So what? After a competitive match, this wasn't a job match. It wasn't a squash match. You're supposed to pin the job guys with one finger. But did not it's taking you 10 minutes or whatever to fucking have beat this guy, and then I don't all right. And then you're never gonna believe it, Brian. But after Jay White pinned him with one finger, then the Gun Boys get in and they start beating him up. Why? The goddamn deal is when heels get heat after the match, it's because either there's an ongoing bad feeling or issue, or because they got beat and they're mad about it and they want to get even with the babyface. It's not every time that a heel wins a match, whether it's a cold match or any kind of match, that they have to turn around and jump on the guy and start beating him up some more. That's why nobody pays any attention to it anymore. And then they start beating up Rocky Romero and they play music. And Pac walks out to the ring and the heels just leave. And Pac gets in the ring and gives him a dirty look. In Tony's amateur mind, that makes him think that he has heated up this situation with Pac and White and the Guns. It's got to be something. You can't just have a match. Something has to be done. Somebody's got to beat somebody up afterwards. Somebody has to come out. Music has to play. The more, the better, apparently.
And Jay White's been one of the bigger wastes of money in AEW because they thought they were getting a big thing, and whether it's how he's delivered or specifically how he's been pushed and booked and misbooked, as soon as you see him on the show, it's kind of a, at least for me, a bathroom break kind of thing. Let me go take a break. Let me go outside. Let me eat something. I don't need to see this guy anymore. And he does the worst promos for someone who had a reputation for being a good promo. They had this guy beat the world champion months ago. Do you remember that?
Yes. When they brought him in, remember we said, why? The thing, Gin and Juice, him and old Juice Robinson, good tag team. That could have been a wonderful heel team to work with FTR. Juice had the personality that Jay White doesn't have, and they were good together. We saw the best modern match of all fucking time, or whatever everybody called it. FTR and these two was fucking fabulous. But they, from the start, tried to make us think that Jay White was a world title contender, and they gave him these long interviews where he said nothing in that annoying voice. And people, instead of pushing him and Juice as a team, and they probably would have got over, people quickly said, well, fuck, more Jay White? Jesus Christ. And then they just zoned out on it. And he's not a top single guy, but he could have been in the top tag team. So that they've just, and now what? I don't know what the Guns' attachment is to this fucking guy that, is not really doing anything and probably ain't going to. Why are they hanging around him? They could latch on to somebody more successful. Whatever.